So this is day one of our mentorship. We're actually in a car sent by a legacy to take us to our day one of training. And we just met like 3 other people who are on the mentorship training too, and they were really nice, from Paris and another person from Hong Kong. Yay! So the mentorship is part of a program that we signed up to do about a year ago, and it provides education and training to people interested in becoming property investors. Property investing is definitely not something that was in our mindset, in our radar when we first signed up to doing it, but once we heard about it, we knew somehow that this was what we needed to do. So a year later, here we are, and we're actually going, and we're super excited.
Alright, so we're just having lunch. Finished the first right next door to the office. Very good.
We have half an hour, so we're chowing down like real fast.
So this will be a quick update. We'll do something more substantial later. We had the first couple of hours
with our mentor, who is Krystal.
Yeah, Krystal. Excellent so far. Today we met a sourcing agent from Sheffield. Jeanette. Lovely lady.
Really nice.
And then, so that was really great.
Saw some actual live deals, and we went through some strategies this morning. Went through our own personal goals and expectations.
Yeah, it was more of like an overview though, like large scale strategies and what we could implement. And then Chris was talking about being able to narrow down, to really focus and go into detail about the areas and which we will do things to implement.
In the afternoon, hopefully.
Yeah, and we're meeting a lender after lunch at 1 o'clock. Hence we have to...
Mortgage broker, that's right. Mortgage broker.
So we have to eat really quickly to get back to the office for that.
So far, so good. Hey, so we just came off of the full day mentorship day one, and it was good. It was still, I felt like an overview of a lot of the stuff that we had talked about before and other training events that we had attended, which was good. So if there were some things that, in the trainings that you have attended and you didn't really quite understand or wanted to wrap your head around, this is a great opportunity to do that, because I think tomorrow is going to be really busy and packed. There may not be opportunities for question and answers kind of thing, and the day after will probably be pretty busy as well. So I think today was really about reviewing and solidifying concepts and strategies in your head.
We did get a chance to meet with a mortgage broker with Nick, which was very good to get a sense of like what products are available for overseas investors.
And he took us through the the process for securing
financing for properties and things like that. So like right now, it looks like we're going to be focused on the northern part of England, because we're really looking for that passive income each month through rental properties.
Also, he mentioned that when you talk about northern, you're not really cutting,
it's mainly London. That's it.
Cutting the country in half exactly. Northern, you're talking about anywhere sort of outside of
the commuter belt
of London. So there's some interesting places that he had mentioned considered further south.
Plymouth,
and Wales.
That's not south. It's kind of west.
Right.
Yes, but Wales would be good.
And so he mentioned a few places that we hadn't really thought about before, because I think in the past, there's been a lot of talk about the northern part, go north, which I think is true.
But there's other options.
But there are definitely other options. So talking about, we'd heard a lot about the positives and the potentials in Hull, and I think the potentials are definitely still there, but don't just look at the places that you heard about in your mentorship, which may have been months ago, because things change very, very quickly.
I think one thing today was like, we have some ideas with what we want to do and where we want to go and what strategies we want to implement, but reviewing them all, it's mainly just to keep open-minded about opportunities that could be there. Not married geographically, not married to a particular strategy, but just being like, here's what we could have in our toolbox, and it's up to us now to be able to evaluate those situations. So that's where I thought today would go a little bit more into depth, but I think that's coming tomorrow and the next day, about how to take that deal and really analyze it to make that go, no-go decision when it comes down to it.
I think for us, we came in with a mindset that today will be loads of information. We would be brain tired. By the end of it, we'd be running numbers, and we didn't really do a lot of that today. But I think, and I think the pace was good. But I think we could have been happy with a little bit of a quicker pace. However, it may just be because we're anxious to get started and maybe we're jumping the gun a little bit.
And if Chris is watching this, you did a really good job.
You did awesome. We love
Thank
you.
We're being hypercritical.
I don't think he's gonna watch this.
I feel like we prepared pretty well, understanding the basic concepts. So it was good to review, but I feel like our understanding was pretty good. But I could see if a mentor, a mentee came into that situation without knowing those concepts very well, that would be very, very valuable. So don't be afraid if you're coming in and be like, oh, I haven't studied, or it's been so long since the last session. Don't worry.
They will go through it with you. And if you're sort of like us and you want to get things going, don't be
in a huge rush.
Much in a huge rush. Slow yourself down, because you will get there. If you're committed, you'll get there.
And that's one topic too that we covered today, about like expectations for what you want to get out of this week. So if you're like, I want to buy a property now, yeah, you're probably not going to be able to do that this week, because there's lots of things that need to be in place with like the infrastructure of your company, accounts, making sure funding is going to be in place. So have those realistic expectations in mind when you're coming into this, right? I think being able to set ambitious goals is good, but be realistic. No, we're looking forward to tomorrow. We're gonna go have a drink and some dinner.
Oh, and we have some homework. So we're going to be doing some reading and whatnot.
It's just like we were given a bunch of different properties from the source agent, Jeanette, and now we have to evaluate them to run our own numbers based off of them, and one business plan that we need to read and evaluate. Right? So,
but all in all, good day. Good day, and looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is more about out and about, actually going to properties and seeing things. I think that's going to be extremely valuable. By the way, if you're looking for a good, inexpensive, nice restaurant,
backwards on Sunfield. It's not
near. So it's halfway between the mentorship program, location office, and the Petersham Hotel. Check out Bill's. This place.
But it's backwards.
So while you guys are here on your mentorship, assuming you're still staying at the Petersham, do take the opportunity to walk back to your hotel along the river here. It's really quite beautiful. And in the summertime, I mean, it's now like 8:30, and it's still it looks like it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, and then just like a little jump. Go. Okay, and then can you stand like a ballerina?
Okay, enough.
Just one. Just once. Just like a ballerina, and do a little twirl.
Okay, enough. Oh,
because I've been filming this whole thing.
Yay! We got it! Bank statements!
Boring, exciting delivery ever.
So final thoughts before we sign off for today. We're feeling really positive. The support network that you're getting from Legacy is fantastic. Yes, we spend a lot of money on it, but it really is worth it, and especially some of the new things that they're doing for the benefit of the mentees.
From what we learned today and what we're seeing now as part of being the mentors is like, this is totally doable. Like, we are very optimistic that we're going to be successful with this. This is going to work out just fine. So if we can do it, then you guys can do it too.
For sure. I think it's also just reiterating that the mentorship program is a tool, but it's such a valuable tool. But really, it comes down to how you use it and how committed you are to it. So and we hope that this has been helpful. Tomorrow's another day. See you guys again then.